Royce was released in 1994. This is directed by Rod Holcomb, written by Paul Bernbaum, with a cast including Jim Belushi, Miguel Ferrer, Peter Boyle, and various others. It's because of Peter Boyle that I wanted to watch this. It's not really my kind of story, and I don't think I would have watched it otherwise, so that's worth bearing in mind. This is more of a discussion for people with my perspective, if you want to know whether or not it's worth watching, but also at the same time, if it does sound like your kind of film, I would say give it a go. There are a lot of things that I think were done really well, but in general, I haven't seen that many films with a similar narrative, so I can't say generally how it compares with others. But for the most part, I quite enjoyed it. A government group is closed down and some people want to get revenge for this, but Royce decides that instead of joining them, he's going to try and stop them from getting revenge. And as a story, I'd say it's fine. There's a nice amount of substance in there. The pacing is not too bad. There is quite a lot of action and quite a lot of detail in the narrative. It's very well fleshed out and it's easy enough to feel engaged. Decent enough characters. I didn't really care for anybody in particular. I didn't connect with anybody, but they're well written, they're believable, and the performances are very good. So the narrative works well enough. Plenty of detail, plenty of substance. It didn't feel like it was all style and no substance. And that's something that I really appreciate. I think that they really thought about the way to progress this narrative. And for me, it feels believable. As I said, I haven't seen that many films like this. So if somebody were to argue that actually there are stronger ways to execute this narrative, fair enough. But from my perspective, I was pretty happy with the way things went. Visually, it's quite strong with good camera work and lighting and locations, a really good use of sound, and ultimately, I have no complaints. It was a relatively easy watch. There were definitely moments that were a bit more intense. There were moments that maybe required a bit more concentration than some other scenes, but in general, it's not too intense or too strong. I'd say it's a pretty easy, steady watch with moments of higher action. Visually, it's satisfying, decent characters, great performances. I probably wouldn't watch it again, all of that being said, but for me as a one-time watch from my perspective, I thought Royce was not too bad, and if it sounds like a film for you, then it might be one that's worth checking out.